Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to CasterQualk. I think I'm on episode 10 right now. And it looks like Hecarim is going aggressive in the top lane there. And there's also a fight brewing in the bottom lane at the same time. Will Flarez get the kill? He is on Hecarim right now. Riven's going to have one last top, but there he goes. And Flarez going to pick up that one. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, red team trying to disengage here. But Alistar does get hit with a binding, and Kalista's going super aggressive right now. Graves getting really low. There's the rend, and Graves is going to get healed by Alistar, and looks like they are able to escape, but just barely. Kalista already has a kill in that bottom lane, even though Graves is even on farm. But yes, this episode does feature Flarez on Hecarim. And I do apologize, I have not released a video in a long time. I've just been... I don't really have an excuse. I've just been kind of lazy. I prefer to play a lot of the time. But in any case, I figured I'd give myself some practice at the very least. If it turns out to be a good game, I will definitely upload it. So, blue team definitely has a lot of pressure in the lanes right now. But red team is actually up by 200 gold about. But Flarez has 2 kills already in the top lane on Hecarim. He's doing a good job keeping Riven down, and that's going to be really important for the late game. Riven goes in for the stun there on Hecarim, but he actually, wow, that's really interesting. He actually rushed, with his 2 kills, he decided to get Ninja Tabby and Home Guard for those teleport flanks. So Flarez really looking to help out the team here, instead of simply kill Riven over and over. Riven actually doing some nice damage on Hecarim. She does not have her ulti yet, though, so she better be careful, because Hecarim does. He is 6. And if he's able to heal up like Hecarim can, and engage her before she gets her ultimate, that would be bad news for Riven. However, just looks like she is going to back and TP back to lane on the tower. Meanwhile, Morgana and Alistar having ward fights in the river. He's going to try to dodge this binding. He's not even going to throw it out. Just force him away from the creeps. Let's take a look at mid lane. Orianna is up a decent amount of CS in the mid lane over Lux, 45 to 57. So she has control of the early game, even though she wasn't able to get a kill yet. But a fed Lux, I would argue, is more effective at picking people off with bindings and ultimates. Orianna's definitely better for a team fight. Oh, and there's 6. At least Kalista is. Red team better be careful here. Alistar does not have ultimate yet, but Elise is coming down, and Rengar, he's going to jump in. Elise getting super low. She repels up. She's going to try to escape. A heal goes out, and Hecarim comes in with the TP. He's going to try to go in on Kalista, but he's actually going to get binded under the tower, and ults in and fears Kalista. He got the ignite out. Is it enough? Yes. And it's going to be a 1-for-1 trade. Oh, and spoke too soon. There's a double kill for Elise as the cocoon lands on Morgana as she goes try to get back to her tower. Really nice job from red team in that fight, even though Flarez did die. It was definitely worth it because he was able to get a kill on Kalista. Now they'll be able to snowball that into a dragon as well. Elise doing a nice job in that fight. She initially got pounced on by Rengar, but she was able to repel up with just enough health to be able to go back to her team. Graves also helped her out with a nicely timed heal, and they were able to get an additional kill and the dragon. That was the first dragon of the game for red team. So arguably the first dragon is the most important, aside from the 5th dragon. 2, 3, 4 doesn't really matter if you do want to eventually go for that 5th dragon. Some team comps, the 3rd dragon is good because it lets you run faster. So if you have champions like Hecarim, then the 3rd dragon can be very good for you. Flarez now with a pretty big lead on the top lane. Not only 2 kills, but also 20 CS. Riven's going to go in and stun him, but she's not doing too much damage yet. She only has a Doran's and a longsword. Flarez takes a couple tower hits, but he doesn't even care, so he'll be fine. Graves and Alley farming up bottom lane here. So let's see. Game is still very close, even though Red team has advantages in the solo lanes. And there's only a slight advantage for blue team in the bottom lane. Kalista has just one more kill than Graves. Graves is definitely looking to simply farm up safely through this mid game because, as you notice, he purchased an Avarice Blade. So with his Avarice Blade and Pickaxe combo, he could have gone for BF Sword with that money. However, his money probably didn't come at the right time. Oh, they're going to engage on Graves here. There's the Morgana ulti. He's trying to slow her. He does have to flash out of it, or he definitely would have dropped. He did not see Morgana coming up that bush on the side there. And Rengar's actually looking to even out the score here. He's sniffing out a double kill. And let's see if blue team can bait them in here. If Alistair goes for the pulverized headbutt combo, they are dead. Oh, and he drops the ward, and they're going to find Rengar. Rengar actually did not pop the ultimate, so that's good for him. He'll be able to use that on another gank. But red team doing a great job of sniffing that one out. Finding sails wide here. Oh, here he comes. Rengar's coming back, and this time with the ultimate. But also a TP. This is going to be a massive gank. Easy squeezy as Graves will go down. Alistair's valiantly trying to run away. His ultimate is about to expire. As soon as he does, he is dead. That's the advantage of playing Kalista into Alistair, is that you can stack those spears into Alistair while he's running away in his ultimate. Just wait till his ultimate expires before you rend, and you'll do a tremendous amount of damage. So Kalista, definitely a good champion to play against an Alistair lane, if you catch Alistair out. Another fight in the top lane here. Flarez doing a good job, going to smack Riven back. I don't know if he'll be able to finish her. See if he decides to ult. He is going to get her super low. There's the fear and the ultimate. And she is going to go down. Oh, Rengar flashes over the Wraith Pit. And Ori's going to take one more bullet. Is going to do it. There it is. Nice play from Rengar as he notices Morgana was in trouble. Flashes over to her aid. But Flarez is just absolutely mauling this top lane. Riven is going to be pretty useless in teamfights for a while. She actually got cooldown boots. Not so sure I agree with that choice. But it is what it is. At least doing a nice amount of damage to Lexia. She also has a red buff. But is only going to chunk her down. About 60%. Now I want to talk about this bot lane matchup right now. In a short fight, Graves will win. But in a long drawn out fight, like so, Alyssa's gonna win. He's actually gonna run to get the slowdown, get a few more attacks in. Alistair's coming in. Oh! And Kalista gets ignited under the tower, just enough for Alistair to pick up the kill. So it is at least going to be a 1 for 2. Alistair's Moby Boots reactivated. And here comes Elise. They're gonna try to catch Morgana as well. Let's see if they can do it. And they wisely choose to back off, as Morgana still had ultimate, and Alistair, he actually did have his ultimate, so they could have dove there. It would have still been risky, though. Looks like Rengar heading up to the top lane here. He's going to try to help Riven out, but Flarez sniffs it out, and he's just going to gallop away. Lisa's in a really awkward spot right now. She's still trying to dive Morgana, it looks like, but Kalista is coming. Let's see if Morg can land the Q. She does! Doesn't even hit the spiders. Very nice binding from Morgana. Not exactly sure what Elise was doing there, because Alistair was long gone. He had clearly given up on that dive. He just stuck around for some reason. So, blue team now still behind on goal, even though they're up a kill, just because of the farm lead from the solo laners. They also had that very important first dragon. The attack, damage, and the ability power boost. Blue team playing very careful right now. Graves is he did get his BF sword, so he does at least have a decent amount of attack damage now, in addition to the extra gold he's getting from Avarice Blade. So Graves is kind of playing for the long game right now. Anytime you buy an early Avarice Blade, you want to just farm up. Hecarim's going in right here on Riven again. She's going to hop away, and he is not going to pursue. He has no vision on that side of the map at all. So, smart choice from him, even though no one was really coming. You never really want to go in the middle of nowhere, all on your own, even if you're fed. I mean, there definitely are circumstances. However, when you're playing at the level these guys are all Challenger and Master, and by diamonds. So when you're playing at this level, like, you can't really put yourself at risk that much. And Rengar's gonna know that he's spotted by a ward, but he's still gonna somehow get that jump. And Root Flarez down, but the minion wave comes in just in time, and he's gonna get out of there. Nice job from him. Still 3-1-2. Meanwhile, red team, now that they've seen Rengar on the top lane, this is an absolutely free dragon. Good call from them. So the game's probably going to slow down a little bit here because Orianna wants to farm up. Graves wants to farm up. Dragon is dead, so there's no real big objectives to go for. I think the most action is going to happen in the top lane here because of just how fed Flarez is on Hecarim. But we'll see. Maybe bot lane wants to go for an aggressive engage here. Like I said before, Graves wins the short fight where he can just simply burst Kalista down with his QR combo. However, if he messes that up, or if Alistar messes up his combo, then Graves just... that was weird. He just randomly ulted to get a couple of minions. I suppose whatever you need, though. Maybe he was close to an item. Flarez pushing in really aggressively onto Riven. He's just farming at the second tower here. Only 16 minutes into the game. He also has a 2-level lead on Riven. And it looks like Elise is coming in for the gank here, but can she hit the cocoon? Not against that slippery Riven. And they're just going to have to back out. There's a nice job dodging the binding, but Rengar's going to come in and absolutely destroy Elise. She goes down to the Riven ulti. Meanwhile, there is a fight in the bottom lane. Heal goes out onto Kalista, and she's going to survive. Yes, Graves is going to die eventually to the Tormented Soil from Morgana. Meanwhile, there is another teleport coming in from Flarez, and they're going to take down everyone down there. Nice double kill. Alistar even gets away. Lux might be able to turn one around here. She's going to flash binding, but he jukes it. And he's going to go in a nice crit. And meanwhile, Riven flashes in, but Orianna's got her number. Riven just able to get a stun. And she is stunned up under the tower by Alistar, and he calmly walks out with his ultimate running, making sure to tank the tower as long as he can for his allies. Excellent job from red team right there. Now firmly in the lead, about 2,000 gold. Right now, Flarez is just taking over that game. He's got his Triforce complete, and he's had Home Guards complete for a long time as well. So these teleport ganks are going to be absolutely fearsome from Hecarim. What blue team needs to focus on right now is shutting him down. The bindings have to land. That's so important for blue team right now. They have Morgana and Lux, the dark and light bindings. If they can stack those onto Hecarim when he comes in for a gank, that's exactly what they need to slow him down, because if they're able to actually bind him during his E ability, it cancels out the benefit of attack damage he gets from the movement speed, completely resets it. So the bindings have to land, have to land from blue team. Very important. Oh, Rengar actually just popped the ultimate. Looks like he's going to go in on Elise here. And he does in fact jump on her, gets the root, gets the Q, and that is exactly what Rengar was built to do. Assassinate one target. But Flarez is going to equal it out here with a nice assassination on Riven. And he is also going to go in for Rengar, and he is so fed, and he knows Rengar's ultimate is down. He's going to ult over after Rengar's flash, take about 3 tower shots. He's going to get slowed. Rengar with the heal jumps to a minion. Can he get away? I don't think so, as Flarez gets the cooldown back, and he's going to take him down. Meanwhile, Orianna's going to take down the mid lane here. Nice chunk of gold. Will she pull the trigger on Shockwave? Nope, doesn't look like it. But this Hecarim is just out of control right now. 8, 1, and 2. He's just going to do whatever he wants. He's just going to charge into this tower, take down this whole minion wave. And he's going to go in again on Riven. She is baiting him, though, because Lux is waiting in the wings. But I'm not entirely certain that they're not all just going to die. He's going to dodge the binding. He's going to dodge the other binding. He's going to dodge everything. He is now stuck in the base, though. Kalista is now here as well, and he is going to die, but not before doing a ridiculous amount of damage to blue team's base. Not to mention getting a couple more kills for himself. I'd say definitely worth for red team right there. Now they're up 5,000 gold, and that's mostly Hecarim. Let's take a look at the gold here. Oh, never mind. There might be a fight starting in the bottom lane. And there's the Fate's Call. Draves does a nice job dodging it, though, the knockup. But there's the ultimate from Morgana, and she actually dies before it gets the stun off. But Callista now getting Graves super low, and there's the Ren. He's going to get taken down. Alistair now in trouble. He flashes over the wall. Meanwhile, over by the dragon, Rengar attempted to go in and assassinate Ori. Oh, and now he's going to go back in. Nice cleanse from Orianna as she flashes over the dragon wall. That's going to keep her safe. And it looks like they are going to disengage from that fight. Riven was not there for that fight, and neither did she have teleport, so... Very nice job by Orianna there. I could have sworn she was going to go down as soon as I saw that binding hit. And then she just cleansed it and hopped right over the wall with a flash. Excellent job there. And red team is not done. They're going to look to set up a pick here. They have a really good pick team if Elise can land the cocoon. Oh, but there it goes. They walk too far into the jungle. And Lux is going to take out Ori. Meanwhile, more of the same from Flarez as he takes down Callista. And there's the ultimate right into the back line. He's going right for Lux. He knows exactly what he wants. There's a double kill. He's getting low, though. Will he survive? A nice charge for the triple kill. Can he get the quadra? There it is. This guy is insane right now. He's absolutely taking over. 13 kills now. He's actually, at this point... Yes, it's good to be fed. Yes, it's good to get a lot of kills. But, at this point in the game... all of his other teammates have 1 kill, except for Elise, who has 2. So, if they kill Hecarim, if blue team kills Hecarim, he's got 11,000 gold right now. So if blue team kills him, he has a lead of, let's take a look here. He has a lead of about 5,000 gold on Riven. That's the gold deficit. It's 34,000 to 40,000. That's pretty much the gold deficit. So if blue team is able to catch him out with, like I said, a binding, light binding, followed up with a dark binding, followed up with a Morgana ultimate. There's the face call. It's going to knock him up. The binding lands as well, but they might still be in trouble as Flarez is super fed, and he is going to take her out before she gets to Ren. And he's also going to take down Morgana. No, he's not. She does land the binding. Will she burn to death? No, and that's a double buff transfer. Morgana with a nice shutdown. Meanwhile, Rengar's going to ult. He's going to go in on these 2 carries here. There's the root onto Orianna, and she is not long for this world. Graves flashes out and just barely is able to get Rengar low enough for Alistair to finish him off. But now Riven is hungry. She is mad about that early game, and she wants some revenge. Binding's going to miss on Elise, though, and it looks like that'll be all she wrote for that skirmish. Morgana heading out to mid lane very quickly with home guards, but it doesn't look like that's going to matter too much. Red team in full control. Look at all those pink wards they have. Morgana's going to find 1, but they still have 2 more pink wards over by Dragon. And the next dragon, I believe, is spawning shortly, although I don't know the exact timer. If blue team doesn't go find those pink wards, it's going to be really hard for them to contest the next dragon. Winston's watching now. Everybody say hi to Winston. Winston. A good boy. Winston, who do you think is going to win? No? He's like staring right at the screen. This is so funny. Now it seems the game is slowing down a little bit. Riven's gonna go back to base. He has teleport up. Blue team hasn't really done a good job of taking advantage of their 2 teleports versus the 1 teleport. It's mostly because of Flarez. He's just gotten so fed that there hasn't been an opportunity for Riven to teleport. Lux is going to take a massive chunk out of Graves' health as she also... Oh, and then Flarez gets bound under the tower, and there's the Bola, and there's another Bola, but he's going to get a super shield from Orianna, excuse me. That's exactly what they need to do. They need to catch Hecarim out with bindings under the tower. That was perfect. They just weren't confident enough to start a full-on fight, and I don't blame them, really. Being down 4,000 gold is pretty scary. Now checking that bush wisely. See if they're still there. And Flarez just going to go back to the top lane and farm some more. So far it's been a really exciting game. Kills all over the place, mostly on Flarez. He is so important, though, to red team. If he dies, it's basically an even fight. Like, if he dies and, say, somebody like Morgana or Riven dies, that's actually, like, now with the 4v4, I'd say blue team would be almost at the advantage there, because just simply because Flarez has so much of red team's money. Still, the only other person with 2 kills is Alistar and Elise. Graves still sitting at just 1 kill, Orianna with 1 kill. They do have a decent amount of farm. Ori has a good farm lead. And here we go. Red team going to force the issue. They're going to start this Baron. They've got it down to about 50%. Alistar doing a nice job of zoning. Rengar's going to pop the ultimate, but I don't think that he's going to be able to actually get there in time. It is going to go to red team. Meanwhile, Alistar taking a ton of hits from Kalista. Ooh, Graves gets ulted by Morgana, and he's going to go down. Meanwhile, Alistar goes down as well, while Flarez picks up a kill on Riven. Overall, a very nice fight for blue team. Even though red team got Baron, now they can push some towers. They can get some global gold. This is looking really good. Oh, Flare's going to TP in. He's teleporting in on the pink ward right now. Here comes down the river. He's got home guards. He's got ultimate. He wants it. And Kalista's going to be almost one-shot. There's the ultimate. He takes her down. There's number 2 on Morgana. And now the chase is on for Rengar and Lux. There he goes. There's the double. He is so fed with that Ghost Blade. He knows exactly what he wants, and he knows how to get it. And he's getting it. So it looks like I lied. It was a good fight initially for the blue team, and if I was them, I would have pinged to push the mid lane too. This Baron was already down, might as well get some global gold. But they forgot about the Hecarim TP, and he comes galloping around with that home guards. It is extremely hard to get away from that. Extremely hard. The only way is if you have a bindings hit, which is again extremely hard because of how fast he's going. But if even one of those hits, he's pretty much dead meat, because one hits, then followed by the other one. Obviously, in a perfect world, they would synchronize those stuns. And there the binding does land, but it looks like they were landed at the same time, and he's just going to ult in. But here comes Rengar, and he wants some of this. Lux is going to ult as well, but it's not going to be enough either, as Graves takes Lux out. Rengar doing his best to jump around and avoid damage, but he is going to fall as well, and that is a triple kill for Flarez. As red team now free to push in this bottom side with only Riven to defend for blue team. This is looking really bad for blue team. Red team now with a over 10,000 gold lead. They're definitely going to take down this inhibitor and possibly more. It looks like they're just going to settle for the inhibitor though, since Elise did head back towards the dragon. They are just going to get this inhibitor at the least. There's no more minion waves pushing. But they are going to go for the win with the Baron minions. They're just going to go right for it here. Graves going to take down the bottom tower. Going to work on the top tower now. There's nothing really that Riven can do. Graves is just chasing her. Dodges out the binding nicely. All of blue team is now up though. This is the final stand. The next is at half health. Graves is going to flash the Lux ultimate, and there it goes. The game goes over to red team. Excellent job for them. I give you guys one guess of who my MVP is going to be in this one. Yep, you're right. It's Hecarim. 23-4. Excellent scoreline from him. 16,000 gold. He almost had full build. All he had to do was sell Flask for something. 16,000 gold in 28 minutes. That's impressive. So, great job from red team. Great job from Flarez. Thanks for watching, guys. Good luck on the Rift.